starting about yourself, may I ask how long have you been teaching at SGU?
About 20 years.
That's a long time.
Yes.
Okay, so do you have any other teaching experience before you came to Syntek Alaska?
No, I was a practitioner.
Like Asian lecturer or student or what?
No, in terms of my field of my profession is business.
Yeah, right.
So I directed programs, had my own business. So I worked in the field of business.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
Here at the Syntek Alaska. Okay.
No, not here, but in the community.
In the community.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is much before radical comes in, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So your qualification right now is MA in business.
Yes.
MA in business, and which university did you get MA from?
From Ogallala Lakota College.
Are you Oglala by any chance?
No, I'm from here.
Or you're Shangu?
Yes.
A travel member here?
Yes.
Okay. Like, it's nonsense to ask, but the blood quantum?
Enough.
Enough, okay. I know, okay. And so, what's your motivation to start teaching in tribal college?
I was recruited in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, recruited in.
Right.
And you felt comfortable because you're, of course, tribal member. You're from here, or what?
No, the person who asked me, Mike Bench,
Yeah.
knew of my credentials, and my husband, we had moved out to the West Coast in Olympia, and he got a hold of my husband, who was finishing his bachelor's in computer science, and recruited him back to teach. And then he also asked if I would consider teaching.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I see. So very kind of natural way, I suppose.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
so your husband is also a enrolled member here?
Right.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So did you live? Have you ever lived that West Coast? You lived.
Yes.
So that's the only experience you lived outside of the reservation, or what?
Oh no. Well, during my college years, late teenager.
Yeah.
I was in California for 2 years, and then I lived in Arizona region for a year and a half. And then, but yeah, for college years, primarily away. Yeah.
Well, that must be kind of rare for the reservation, because knowing the student here, not many people go outside of college.
Right.
Very rare.
Yeah.
So you must make very good grade in high school, I bet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Which school did you go to Todd? High school.
Yeah, Todd County.
Todd County here,
Yes.
there,
Yes.
over there.
Yeah.
And say example from out of your class of graduating which year, but whatever. But how many went to college outside of the reservation?
I really couldn't fathom a guess. Not very many, I would say.
Not a couple, I suppose.
Yeah.
A few or couple.
Yeah.
Okay. And by that time, there's the Syntek Alaska University is already under operation.
Yes.
When you are going out of, yeah.
In fact, when I was a senior in high school, that was my first class, college class. Instructor from up here went up to the high school and taught a college level course.
I see.
Yes.
I see. But you didn't intend to come to Syntek as a student.
No.
Why is that?
I wanted to go elsewhere.
Yeah.
Because that was, my older brothers and sisters all went away to college.
Oh, so you have family tradition of such. Okay.
Yes, yeah.
So your parents must be quite keen about education.
My mother was supportive, but it was really my grandfather who was most supportive.
I see.
Yes.
I see. Because you do not find many people who have your experience. You know, most of them, luckily, if they are lucky, they will come to Syntek Alaska. But you know, the enrollment rate is kind of very low. Yeah. But anyway, so you are, I guess you're lucky. So your husband got the job here first, and naturally you came back.
Yes, we were both recruited at the same time.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you live on White River. Do you live on White River community?
Only the last 10 years. Up to that point, we lived in the area here.
Here on the rest?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. This is a dumb question, that can be, but if you're given a chance to teach non-tribal college, out of reservation, would you consider under certain condition?
Under certain conditions, I am interested in developing more collaboration with other universities, kind of a teacher exchange, because I recognize that many of our current students do not have much diversity in experience.
Right.
So that's appealing to me. Yes.
I see. Okay. Do you feel like you are royal to tribal college because you're a tribal member here, or what? What kind of sense have you got here? How about royalty? Royalty is a big issue to you?
I am, I guess, a typical tribal member in that I, feel the culture and its importance and its novelty in terms of being different from others and being protective of that and wanting to cultivate that and strengthen that. So.
I see. Oh, I forgot to ask, are you Christian or you're sort of...
I'm respectful of other people's ways, but I don't practice Christianity.
Okay, how about Lakota?
Yes.
Lakota way?
Yes.
Do you sweat?
Yes.
Go to Sundance and...
Participate.
Okay, so you're into that. All Lakotas.
That's my way, yes.
All Lakota. Okay.
That's my way.
Okay, great. Okay. So this is about your student. And since you've been out of the reservation and you go to college outside, where most of the student population are American,
right?
Correct? Okay. So, but what would you feel the most major differences between this is generalization, but American college student and college student here at Shintegrashka? What would be the major difference here?
I think most of the difference it seemed like reflecting back when I was a young college student, it seems like my classmates were more interested in their own journey for their journey's sake.
Yeah.
Whereas to me, when I was in California 2 years, Arizona, and I ultimately graduated with my undergraduate. I'd come back and work, and then when I had enough money, go again, and then come back and work, and ultimately finished up at university in Vermilion, undergraduate. And at that time, there were 2 Native students in the business school.
Okay, only two.
Me, and there's always a guy from Pine Ridge. It was the same way in Arizona State. Me and a guy from...
Oh, really?
Yeah, not the same guy.
Yeah, but Ogallala.
Yeah. So, at that point, I was older, married, as a non-traditional student when I finished. And the dean of the school had a star quilt in his office. And so when I went in, I noticed and I went right in and introduced myself. And there was a former tribal member from here as a non-trad that went there. So there was kind of this instant relationship between the dean and I because of the predecessor. And so I got to know him and would visit just, I didn't feel like I knew he was the boss, but I didn't feel like he was above me in any way. And through the year, I found out he was the dean of, not just the dean of the business school, but also on a blue ribbon committee for Indian economic development.
Really?
So that was my thing too. I thought that's impressive. So finished the first semester well, of course, into the second, And then about March, late February into March, there's a big rush to recruit students to corporate. And so the I-29 corridor from Minneapolis down to Omaha, all those corporations come in, and they, recruit business students. So I was walking by one day, and he stopped me in the hall, and he asked how come he didn't see my name up anywhere to interview. And I told him I wasn't interested in that I was interested in coming home to work. And he said, Nora, why in God's name do you want to go back there? Don't you know about the poverty, the alcoholism, all the problems? And my comment to him was, well, if we don't go back, how will things change?
Change, exactly, yeah.
So what that proved to me, even though what that said to me was that even though he was on this, state upper committee, he really didn't know us. Yes. So that even strengthened my resolve to come back, and try to improve. So I think, in a roundabout way to answer your question, I think that for myself, it was important to get an education to create a stronger nation, not just for me and my family.
So that kind of orientation, which you usually do not find among general American students, the sense of community, dedication to the community, even though you are young, native student got that sense. That's what you're saying.
Right.
Okay, great. Okay, so about your student performance, I hear many stories about native students, in generally speaking, are not very good at math. And in business, in your classes, what are the weaknesses in your discipline? Generally speaking,
I think generally